So now we need to tell our computer where our signals are coming from. So these top bars here are inputs. These bottom bars are outputs. 99 times out, well, maybe not 99, but most of the time, for our purposes here, we're going to be sending that to audio 1 and 2, which is our master fader. And in most systems, your outputs left and right are going to be 1 and 2. That's kind of how, Pro Tools works. But you can also, if you were sending, say you were sending this track to a bus, which will be covered in another tutorial, you can also send that out to a bus. I've got these, they don't come like this in Pro Tools, but I've got these kind of pre-labeled. You might be sending it out to a bass, you might be sending it out, more likely you'll be sending this out to a reverb or some, where's my reverb? A digital delay or a reverb or something to that effect. But for our purposes today, we're just going to send that to the main out. So you've got your inputs, you got your outputs, and we want to tell Pro Tools which signal. Here at DeepScope Studio, we've got 16 tracks that we can record into at one time. We're set up for 24, but we have 16 hooked up. We've got 8 analog, and then we've got the ADAT or optical or light pipe, whatever you want to call it, signals. We've got 8 tracks of ADAT as well coming into our Pro Tools system, which gives us a total of 16 inputs. So you might be in, and it's different in any studio. I don't know how you have your studio set up, but you might be in track 12, channel 12. You might be in channel 6. You might be in channel 15. But we're going to send this into channel 1, which is called in this studio mic line 1. And your guitar, you might, once again, you might have that coming in any number of options. So we're going to send this here. We're going to have our guitar coming into mic line 2. And our track, we won't be recording into this track, but I brought an audio track in. Let's go back to our mix window, Command or Control equal. So I can show you how to bring in a 2-track mix from an outside source. So we're going to go find one, and I'm going to go into my personal folder. I've got some other folders here from no, there's no money in this folder, but this is a client from clients, and I've got some loops and stuff here. We're going to go into my personal folder for copyright purposes. We want to make sure, that we're using stuff that's not, that's not from another that doesn't have copyrights assigned to it. We don't want to use other people's stuff. We protect those unless we have permission to do so. But we're going to come in, and we're going to come in here. These are my mixes. I've got a new album coming out. Should be out. Should be out any time now. Any of you who put out records, you kind of know how that goes. Should be out any time now. So go to www.deepscoperecords.com, and you can keep abreast on the latest of that. It's going to be a great record. So anyway, I went up here to the window dialog, went to workspace, and that brings up this dialog box. And then all I did was I just found, here's my, once again, all my audio is on one hard drive. So here's the audio that I have on my hard drive, and I just went into my folders and I found my mixes for the new record. I clicked on that, hold down the left button, and you just drag it into your Pro Tools session. And you can hold down the left. I'll wait till this comes in again. It won't take long. Shouldn't take long. You want to check on the status of that, you can go up to Window Task Manager and it'll show you what's coming in. But always see, you can put this in at any point. What I'm doing is I'm got the hand tool and I'm holding down the button, the left button. And I always want to make sure that that's as far to the left as possible. There's several ways you can do that, but the easiest way, just drag it so that you're starting from the beginning. So we're going to check and make sure that our file came in all right. And this is, what audio looks like. If you want to expand that, you can come up here to the right arrow. And you can see your audio is getting bigger and bigger. That's what audio looks like. And you can decrease it by the left arrow. So let's go to our mix window. I'm going to turn down this master just to make sure we don't blow our speakers out the water. And what I'm going to do is, there's two ways you can play this. You can hit the play button. Or, more commonly, you can just hit the space bar. And you can see we have our signal coming in here. And you can manipulate these with your faders. So we've got these signals coming in here. I'm going to stop this so I can talk. And all that's good. There's our backing track. And that's all set and ready to go. And we've told Pro Tools our vocal signal is coming into channel 1. Guitar is coming into channel 2. And we kind of artificially brought in our backing track. And one little safeguard I like to do so that we don't accidentally record over this, you can come into the input and hit no input and nothing will go in there. See, it won't even let you record and enable that track because there's no input assigned. So now, how do we get start recording? How do we start recording? So we've got our signal coming into mic line 1 for the vocal, which happens to be where I have the mic hooked up for what I'm recording this tutorial with. So this R stands for record. And if you're in the mix window, you can just hit record and you can see I have a very low signal. This signal is too low for recording. Coming in to Pro Tools, you can see, and I can turn it off and there's nothing there. Turn it back on and we're back together. And you can do that from the edit window. Here it is right here. Or the mix window. It's the same thing. And these other buttons here, let's say we were playing our backing track. This S right here is for solo. That means if you have the S pressed, only that track that the S is pressed on will play. We can turn solo off. We can turn solo on. You can also hit the M button and you can mute your track. M for mute, S for solo.